Hello everybody and welcome back to part 2 of Locopolis, and it's also, I think, part 6 of the overall SimCity 3000 playlist. So it's been a while since I've done the last part of Locopolis, but anyway, just continuing on from where we left off, we'll take a look. Yeah, so we've got 56,000 people, quite a lot of money. 2035, so 2050 fusion will become available, but 2020, so microwave power is available, which is what we're using. So microwave power became available in 2020, which is what we're, as you can see, using as electricity. Garbage we're using landfill. I mean, if we had the money, we could actually pay to get rid of garbage, but I often find that's kind of a bad idea, and you're better off actually importing garbage for money. Everywhere's watered. The traffic is horrendous, simply because obviously we've got no roads. Not really a lot we can do about that, other than build more stations, but obviously that costs more money that we don't have. If we look at the budget, we are making a small profit, but not huge. And most of that is from business deals. And neighbour deals, where we are actually importing garbage and buying water. Sorry, we're selling water. So we're actually making a lot of money from neighbour deals. Main expenses are obviously health, education, police, ordnances, and mass transit. And obviously the road budget is 0. Pollution. We do have some water pollution, so I'm going to build a water treatment plant, if we haven't got one already, which... Shit! Actually, that's not the end of the world, because they don't have to be connected to... Well, they have to be powered, but I don't think they need, like, any kind of road access. And they don't have to be, like, next to a coast or anything, so that's actually... It's not the end of the world. Just keep it there. But it has kind of interrupted what I was saying. Which was that we do have some air pollution, which can't really be avoided because we've got every ordnance available. And we're using microwave power, which doesn't generate any pollution, so... Not really a lot I can do about that. But it's just because of all the dense industry. Water pollution should start to go away now I've built that. Garbage pollution's just because of landfill, that's unavoidable. Land value's not great, but it's not terrible. Fire coverage, fine. That'll need to be powered, obviously. Crime, there is a bit of crime, but again, there's nothing really I can do because power. We've got all the ordinances like youth curfew. We do have legalised gambling, and we do have the casino, which obviously both create crime, but they also both give us a lot of much needed money. But I mean, if I got more money, then I'd get rid of both of those, and that would get rid of the crime. But honestly, that crime is not an issue, because you're always going to get some crime, and dense residential and just dense buildings in general obviously attract more crime because you've got more people in a smaller space. And this tracks it like per tile, so it's like in the same area you've got more Sims, so they're obviously committing more crime. But really, that's fine. And Aura, as you'd expect, is really bad in the industry area, because obviously there's a maximum security prison, there's a casino, there's a landfill. Is there a small airport that I built? I didn't build an airport. I could build an airport if I had any money. Aura's not too bad in the residential commercial area. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not terrible. So overall, I think we just kind of want to keep expanding, try and increase the budget, try and improve quality of lifestyle, and obviously increase the population. And as always, we're not allowed any roads, and these stations have a maximum radius of influence of 6 tiles. That's not entirely symmetric. But if I build stations like this, I should be okay, I think. So that should develop. Fairly big commercial demand, so put some commercial down like that. That's actually spent all my money. But we also need some industry, which I could actually just build there, right next to the residences, for convenience. Whether or not I'm going to, I don't know. Because obviously that will generate a lot of pollution and decrease land value. These commercials have actually built, that's good. I was scared that they wouldn't. I was scared that the demand would just decrease as soon as I built it, because fuck you, that's why. If something can go wrong, it will. Annoyingly, water treatment plants don't actually give you water as such, they only... No, they're complaining about poor transportation. That's interesting. Funds offered for disposal plan. Do I build it? I mean, the extra money would be nice, but obviously there's the pollution aspect. Yeah, we're gonna build it. And just put it right here. Won't fit there, but you get the idea. Like, not too close to the sea, obviously, but not so it's like next to the residential. In fact, I'm going to put it there. It doesn't need road access, interestingly. It does need power, and it does need water. Right, what's that done for overall pollution? It's now pretty damn bad over here. Water pollution, not great, but it's not terrible. It's not actually infected the water supply as such. Well, actually, yeah, it has, kind of. It's only low. What the fuck? Right, they're complaining that they want an airport, but why the hell have they cancelled my water deal? I mean, I don't think we're at capacity, but maybe we were, so I'm going to build another one of these. In fact, actually, I'm going to build another 2, just in case. How bad is... Yeah, effective water pollution medium. You can see it's actually having a fairly large effect, because that's only working at 66% of its optimal capacity. That's not good. Although that said, we are okay. Right, so that's 15,000 cubic meters of water, blah blah. So that's 9, so we'll take that. Protest Casino, fuck off. And just to be absolutely safe, I'm going to build another one of these. Right, how are we doing? That's not being used. Overall, we're okay for water. At least we should be. So if they cancel the deal now, then I'll be like, why the hell have you cancelled that deal? Because we're okay for water. We're more than okay for water. We're only using about 1/3 of the capacity. I did build 3 extra plants, so I've basically doubled the water capacity. Or increased by about a third. Right. Big residential demand. They're complaining about poor transportation, or is it lack of demand? Lack of demand. But we've got bigger residential demand, so let's blow a year's supply of money on residential that may or may not develop. Let's hope it does, of course, but there's no guarantee that it will. Right. What the fuck? We've got a water deal with you. Why has it been cancelled again? That literally makes no sense. But I don't think we have to pay the... It's not saying anything like water deal ends, which makes me think that the we didn't have to pay the fine. Right, they're now offering me 12, so that's actually as much as money as you can get. Right, we don't need power. Why are they offering to sell me power? I mean... Actually, looking at that, we will need another power plant soon, but we can't afford one. Unless I took out a loan. Right, the water deal is still there. We do have water to spare, but we are running at about 75% capacity, so I'm actually going to build more of these because they're cheap. Water pollution is a bit of an issue, simply because of the toxic waste plant. But I don't really have anything. I don't have anywhere else I can really build it, and I do kind of need the money. I mean, I don't, but money's good. So. They've cancelled the deal again. What is wrong with this game? I swear, in this game, some deals, and it seems to be water deals, are bugged. Because we had enough water to sell you, and yet you still cancel the deal. So you know what? Fuck you. Okay? We are no longer selling water. And from now on, I have to remember, never sell anyone water. Does also mean we now have an excessive large amount of desalination plants, and the budget will obviously take a hit. But no more water for you, you fuckers. Alright? Should we sell our water? No. No. I've noticed power deals don't seem to be bugged, it just seems to be water deals. Alright. Yeah, they're complaining a lot. We definitely need some kind of... Still got a bit in it. It's not like it's going to explode anytime soon. Could build the lighthouse, but it's kind of like, where would I build it? Right, there's a residential demand. How are we doing for, like... We're going to need another school soon, so I might as well build that preemptively. Yeah, build it there. Sims wants a zoo. Do we not have a zoo? I swear I built a zoo. I didn't build a zoo. Well. So they want an airport, they want a power plant, and they want a zoo. Unfortunately, we don't have any money for that. But we do have a fairly large budget. Okay, schools are fine. It's actually a good thing I built that school, because had we not, we'd now be over capacity. Hospitals, we're going to need another one of them soon. Colleges, I imagine, are completely fine, because obviously less people go to college than they do school or hospital. That said, we probably will need another one of them soon. But they're very expensive, so I'm not going to build one just yet. They're just going to keep offering me water deals because we've got water to spare. Minor nuisance, but not really a lot I can do. And actually, having water to spare is a good thing because it means I don't have to worry about building plants. That said, when I get enough money, I'm going to buy water. And that power plant is pretty much done. So take out a big loan and build another microwave plant. 10 more years and we can get fusion, but 10 years is a fairly long wait. Especially when your power plant is about to explode. And we're now fine. Donated military base, except... Right, they still want the zoo, so I think I'm going to give them a zoo. Put the zoo here. I've got just enough money to build that, and it's a new year, so we get more money. Right. More money for more garbage. Take. No, go away. Right, so now they want the airport. Since we solved the power and zoo issues. Why is this commercial not developing? Because there's no station nearby. Good point. There actually isn't. It is watered, so it should develop, but there's no demand. That's not developing, probably because there's no station. Right. There will obviously be a lot of zones that just do not develop. Well, actually, there shouldn't be. I mean, we do have the shuttle service, which obviously helps. Oh, one thing I found out, tyre recycling. Previously I thought this would be completely useless because I thought all it does was reduce the cost of building a town road from 10 to 9. But it does actually decrease the amount of garbage that goes to landfill. Because obviously you're recycling. So it means I have to build less landfill, which is obviously a good thing. I could build an incinerator. Or I could just build more landfill. But I'm actually going to build an incinerator. That said, where would I put it? Because, don't want to build it there, because then it would just pollute all the water. I think there's a good place. It's watered and powered, and I don't think it actually needs road access. Yeah, it's currently being used at its full capacity. So I'll start burning some of the garbage that would go to landfill, thereby decreasing the amount of garbage in the landfill. So it was 70, it's now 68, and it'll just keep decreasing month after month after month. Right, they want a library. Annoyingly, unlike schools and hospitals, and power plants, and water plants, and incinerators, museums and libraries, there's no way to actually just quite tell by querying it, like this, whether or not you actually need another one. Like, with a school, you can be like, oh, well, that number is nearly approaching that number, so yes, build another one. With a library, what do those numbers mean? Book system-wide 1.2 million, books in circulation 82,500. How am I meant to know whether or not that means I need another one or not? It literally... They may as well say book system-wide 3, books in circulation 22.5. It doesn't mean anything to me. Book system-wide elephant, books in circulation Dalmatian. It would mean just the same thing. I mean, I'm guessing it means maybe like there are 1.2 million books that could exist, and in your libraries you have 83,500, but what then, is that good or bad? I don't know. Like, the game does not tell you, and they also want a museum. So let's build a museum. The game does not tell you. It's very annoying. Right. Build connections. Build stations. Build trains. Build city. City fail. Me wonder why. Me realise me stupid. Me cry. Right, that should develop. I just realised that like any tiles that don't develop, like these, I could just build with parks. And then they kind of act like filler tiles. That also obviously increase the land value, if only slightly, but better than nothing. It's better than having wasted tiles. Why is that not developing? Planet's not aligned. Well, isn't that fantastic? So admittedly it isn't watered. Obviously it doesn't help things. Let's celebrate the whole... University awarded. That's very nice. Giza Park proposed. Very nice. Right, they keep going on about this bloody airport, so I'm going to build the land value low. Is it actually? They keep going on about this airport, so I'm going to build an airport. Land value is not low. It's only low in the industry area where no one lives. In the residential area where people actually want to live... Actually, yeah, it is quite low. Low bordering on medium, so yeah, I can kind of see what you're talking about. It's medium in some places, so it's not like it's awful. Build another school. I built a school recently, and now they need another one. Fuck off. Right. Winter Wonderland. Let's build that. Where am I going to build that? Let's build it here. Do we need a hospital? Yes. I thought we might. We will need stations here and here. Right, I think that station can service something that's sat there. Right, I want more garbage. Stop offering to buy our water. Performing Arts Centre gifted. That's very nice. Right, so put the Giza Park? Giza. Fuck, I can't speak. Giza Park. Here. That increases aura, I think. Definitely land value. Right, we need to decrease the taxes. University and Performing Arts Centre. Where can they go? Right, put Performing Arts Centre just there. University. That can go next to the Giza Park. Now we've kind of got a big area of land value. And if I put a station just there, that should hopefully develop. Make sure everything's watered. Woo. Right. How's that water treatment plant doing? It's doing just fine. How's the water pollution looking? Pretty darn bad. Air pollution's pretty darn bad. Because of the toxic waste plant. Right, there's a lot of crime over here. So we're going to need a police station. Medical Research Centre. Can't afford it because it's cost $75,000 just to build it. I need somewhere to put this military base. But obviously, what does the Medical Research Centre do? Boost commercial demand, and I think it possibly increase it. It would logically increase the health of the city. Increase commercial demand, might increase land value a bit around where it's built. But it might generate a bit of pollution, I'm not sure. It's possible it actually decreases land value around it, in which case you want to build it away from the residences. Because as good as a medical research centre is, do you really want to live next to one? And also you got like animal testing and stuff, which it's a bit questionable. That station is currently unnecessary, but I'm waiting for some residential demand, which actually I'm going to build anyway and preemptively. Marina needed. Really? Well, we don't really have anywhere it could go. I mean, it could kind of go here in the lake. So I'm going to save that for later. Crime is really bad around here. How are we actually doing for jails as well? That's another issue. Actually, that's not the best placement in the world. That is better. So hopefully the crime will start to decrease around here. Flammability is also bad, so we're going to need a fire station. We're fine. There are still areas of crime, but like I said, that's pretty much unavoidable. Right, big industry demand. It's actually kind of annoying because it's kind of like we don't really have much room for the industry. And also, obviously, it generates a lot of pollution. And pollution's pretty bad as it is. I'm very tempted to take out another loan. Yep. And build 2 water treatment plants. Well, I would build that one slightly off-centre, wouldn't I? Oh well. It's fine. I'll just fill it in with parks. No one will ever know. Aha! Fusion power finally arrives. Not that we can afford it, but... ignore. Accept. Reject. Right. We need more colleges and schools. Refuse processing near limits. Not really, if I'm honest. 71%. I mean, we could build another incinerator, but it would just generate a lot more pollution. So we could start thinking about... Nah, I'm just going to build more landfill. I was thinking we could build recycling centres, but you need a lot of them because they don't actually handle that much garbage individually. I mean, obviously it helps you have the trash pre-sort, but they don't generate pollution, which is obviously good. I'm not saying recycling centres are completely useless, I'm just saying now is not the time to build one when we're low on funds. No. Right, we still need this airport, and we also apparently need a marina, but I don't think that's a priority. The budget is pretty low. Obviously spending a lot of money on loan. But how's water pollution doing? Because that's the main reason I took out the loan. Right, it is going down. I predict that's simply because of the toxic waste plant and possibly the incinerator. Although looking at it, it's looking like it's centralised entirely upon that toxic waste plant, which would obviously make sense because the toxic waste plant generates a lot of pollution over a very large area, unfortunately. But that's the price you pay for $4,800 per year. Which, for obviously for a big city, like say you had 500,000 people, you wouldn't have it. But for a city like ours, especially one where we spend so much on train stations, we do need it, unfortunately. Right. Schools and colleges are just fine. The budget is also low because we did just literally build a college, and colleges cost $1,800 a year, which is expensive. Very expensive. Apparently we need another hospital. The good thing as well is that schools, colleges and hospitals all increase land value. Not by much, but they do a bit. That's obviously not going to develop. That will develop. Right, we need a fire station over here. We'll need a police station over here, but I mean, like, it's only just out the radius, so it's fine. They want another library. Bloody hell. We only just built one. Budget's taking a hit. Why are they abandoning? Poor transportation. Okay. There's not really a lot I can do. And there is commercial right there and there and there's no demand for commercial, so it's not like I can just build some commercial right next door. Might have to, however, build industry. I'm thinking just build some industry over here. Simply because that will A, alleviate the demand for industry, and B, it will hopefully ease the traffic. I say traffic, but what I mean is like general going to and from places and get rid of poor transportation to other zones, causing zone abandonment. So, industry. Water. We don't have any money. Now we do. I thought I accepted the golf course, so I don't know why it got offered again. I mean, we can't build it because it costs way too much. Right, military base generates crime, possibly generates pollution, but it does increase commercial and possibly industrial demand. But it's also very big. So it's kind of like, where the fuck do we put it? I don't want to put it there, because obviously it's right next to the residence. But we can't put it over here, because there's no room. If I level out some terrain, I could actually possibly put it there. Will it fit there? No, not quite. Should fit now. Yeah, there we go. Right, will that... It's not powered. Okay, it works now. It's a bit awkward if you want to get a boat in and out, because obviously that's a very narrow strip. But it does work. And also, for sake of convenience, I mean, even if this were a lake, we do have a coastline connected to an ocean, which means that we obviously can't build a neighbour over here unless we build a seaport. Which I want to, but they're expensive. Right. Very small budget. Admittedly, that is nearly done. Apparently crime has skyrocketed. Yeah, crime's actually really bad. I mean, legalised gambling obviously doesn't help. And we do have a casino and the military base. But I don't think it'd be as bad as it is. I suppose it's just because of the dents. Maybe. I don't think legalised gambling made that much of a difference. Because we do have maximum police budget, so it's not like the police aren't doing anything. Oh, just realised that the military base isn't entirely watered. It does help if all buildings in the city have access to water. Brownouts plague city. No, they don't. Seriously, we're fine for power. Right. Water pollution is still a bit of an issue. Has gone down. Air pollution's pretty bad. Land value's not too bad. Crime's pretty bad. Flammability. The military base isn't covered by a fire station. This area isn't either. So let's build a fire station there. Fire station there. And big residential demand. Schools are fine. Hospitals are fine. Yeah, actually everything's fine. And the loan has been paid off, so next year we'll get, hopefully, a big budget. Because at the moment we don't really have a lot of money. So, how's the budget looking? It's still pretty damn low. And apparently, brownouts, even though power plants are fine, in my opinion. It's very strange. Very strange. Right. That's badly placed, actually. I think that can hold 6. Fits. I think that can actually service all of this area. Were it that we had all the money. To be honest, I'm not used to cities with low budgets. Usually my cities get to a point where you basically have infinite money because you're making about 50,000 or so a year. I mean, I can't remember what the budget was with Pollutio, but I remember eventually we had so much money. In fact, with Polluto, we basically had, for 90% of the game, more money than I can spend. Obviously, we didn't have to spend as much money, because we didn't have to spend as much money on, well, anything. Mass transits. Admittedly, well, we had some subways, but we didn't have to spend money on police, fire, educational health, which are all very expensive. But even so, we were still making more money than I could spend. Whereas with this, having to spend a lot of money on mass transits, and even with 3 of the 4 business deals, the budget is not very big. It's very annoying. It's a bit weird that I've not been offered the Giga Mall yet. I honestly thought it would be offered the Giga Mall at some point. Because, I mean, you're offered the business deals when you're low on funds. Even if your city is huge and making a lot of money, you still might be offered a business deal. So I'm surprised we haven't been offered the business deals. The Giga Mall, that is. Stadium wanted, obviously I can't afford it. They did temporarily say that we need a hospital, but then they also said health levels off the charts, but looking at it, we will need a hospital. Right. Is this... This development is within the fire... police and fire department levels. Health levels off the scale. Sims live to ripe old age. Unlike Pollutio, where you die at 3, if you're lucky. Also, it's entirely possible that the hazardous air pollution or Pollutio caused birth defects. Imagine there's no radiation, so that's an interesting hypothesis. Would air pollution alone create birth defects when there's no radiation? Because, I mean, had we had some kind of nuclear meltdown, such as Chernobyl or Fukushima in Pollutio, we would have ended up with a strange situation where, given enough time, we might have ended up with nuclear fallout, but we didn't. But we did have a lot of time, because I remember at the end, it was like the year 2200. And I think we started in the year 2000. Which is actually as late as you can start. But the point is that we did have 200 years. So... not only are the people of Pollutio stupid and choking on ridiculous air pollution, but is it actually possible that the people of Pollutio might be born with birth defects? I don't know. I'm not a biologist. But that is an interesting theory. And if they were born with birth defects, is it possible that they were born to survive in the pollution, and that's why they can live to 50? But then if they can live to 50, why do they die at 50 and not, say, 80? If they can survive the air pollution, why do they die at 50? Because there's no hospitals. But who needs hospitals if you never get ill? I don't know. Sorry for that rant, I've completely lost the plot. What am I doing? I actually have no idea. Right, they're offering me power because we don't need a power plant. It's not urgent. We don't really need any kind of... we don't need any landfill either, so... build a few parks, because obviously they're not going to build anything there, and I can't bother building a station for that small area. Right, why is this not developing? Poor transportation. I will build a station just there. They're still not... Oh no, they're starting to develop now. Right, build more rail. I can actually afford the country club and the defence contractor. I'm going to build the golf course here. We are out of money now. So I'm going to have to either take out a loan, which I'm reluctant to do, or just wait for more money to come in. There's actually no demand for residential or commercial. Well, it's a tiny bit of tiny bit of commercial demand, big industrial demand. But where would we put the industry? Because actually, we could put some industry here and then just some residential here. That would work. No. Yes, Gigamall. They're still complaining about Marina. They're still complaining about the airport. In time, we'll build both. And now the budget is big. So, given that... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Right, now we have a residential demand. And we have literally 0 funds. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Because usually it's like 100, 200. I don't think it's ever been 0 for me before, or if it has, I've just never noticed. I mean, I've been in negative, but I don't think I've ever seen 0. They're still complaining about power, even though it's absolutely fine. Do need another school, though. In fact, actually, I need another school. Hostels are fine. Police and fire, I'm guessing, are fine. Yeah, they're fine. Land value's not great, but eh. Ore is starting to pick up. Yeah, land value's really not very good. I blame water pollution and air pollution. And crime. The city's not great. It does have its problems. Okay, why the fuck's that not developed? Planet's not aligned. Well, that looks like the perfect spot for a park. That is now actually developing, so... I was going to put a park there, but... it decided to develop, so... Right, they're not developing. I don't know why, because it's within the range of stations, but... let's just put some parks down anyway. Small demand for commercial and residential. Right, this residential demand has increased. So, build some small stations. And the residential demand decreases. What a pile of shit. Power plant's in danger. I think that actually does mean that... Yeah, is that... Yeah, it's the utilities advisor, so... Should probably start to listen to that. Right, what I'm going to do is take out a big loan, wait for the end of the year, then just build a fusion plant. And I should have just about enough money for that. And if I don't, I'll just take out another small loan, because we can probably afford to do that. Jeez, need another school again, bloody hell. Right. Well, don't know where it's going to go, but just put it there. Right. Now, put the fusion plant down. Where the hell's that going to go? Actually, I guess it can go anywhere, so it will go. Let's just put it here. Right, so that's the power issue solved. We're now only using 32% of the total power. So we may as well actually just sell some power. Right, we're still okay for power, but we are actually using 88% of our total power supply. Basically, most of the power we generate actually gets sold. But the budget has obviously increased a lot. But we have no money! So I've got to wait for the end of the year. Right, big load of abandonment around here. Due to poor transportation to other zones. Bit weird, because there is a station right there. Okay, we can't afford a library, but we can now. Right, this video's gone on long enough, so I want to end it. But just take a look. Aura is kind of as you'd expect. High over here, bad over here, where the landfill, the military base, the maximum security prison, the Giga Mall, the casino, and the toxic waste plant, and an incinerator live. Even though there is some industry over here, the auras over here is fine. Crime overall is pretty darn bad because of the casino and legalised gambling. I could actually probably afford to not have those. Because combined they produce 148 plus 350, so that's 500 a month. So it's like 6,000 a year. So I could actually afford to get rid of both of those. Because the thing is you can't have the casino without legalised gambling. So we'd have to get rid of both, or neither. I mean, if we just got rid of the casino, we'd lose a lot of money. And I think it only really generates crime in a very small area, whereas legalised gambling generates crime all over the place. Density is obviously very high because we only zone for dense. Everywhere's powered. Flammability is pretty low because we have mandatory smoke detectors and public smoking ban and maximum fire funding and a good fire service. Land value is not great, but it's not the end of the world. If we had more money, I'd buy more parks. Build more parks, rather. Air pollution's pretty darn bad. I do want to tackle water pollution, actually. I might just get rid of the toxic waste dump. I'm going to get rid of the toxic waste dump. I can afford to, so I'm going to. And I'm going to take out a big loan. That's going to impact the budget a lot. And build water treatment plants and just go entirely eco-mad. I wish I had 1,000 more that I could actually build another treatment plant. Alright, water pollution should... Yeah, water pollution's basically gonna go away. There'll still probably be some. And there's still some air pollution, obviously, because we do have an incinerator. That I might get rid of. Can't really afford to as much as I want to. If I put more landfill here, are those going to be powered, or am I going to need some power lines? Because if I'm going to need some power lines, I'm going to have to put some, like a windmill here or something. No, it's still powered. That's fine. Right, get rid of the incinerator. What do I keep? Do I keep the incinerator? I mean, it does generate a lot of pollution, but I imagine that a lot of that pollution is just because of the industry. And getting rid of the incinerator might not actually make that much of a difference, and it might actually mean that... Right, water pollution is basically gone. Sims are complaining they can't get to the landfill. Yeah. That's true, they can't. Because as weird as it is... Right, apparently air pollution's now low, which is good. And the water system is... There's a tiny, tiny bit of water pollution, but that's basically zero. They're saying air pollution low, but really there is still some air pollution, so... Yeah... I'm gonna get rid of that incinerator. And if I mean, I can afford to just build another one, so if it turns out that we desperately, desperately actually needed that incinerator, then we just build another incinerator. Now they're complaining about high taxes, even though the taxes are completely fine. We're given the science lab, though we can't afford to build it. They're still going on about this marina, so let's... Fuck. Let's not fuck. Unless you're two consenting adults, in which case fucking is completely fine. Right. Yeah, air pollution's still bad, obviously, because of the industry. Water pollution has completely gone. Garbage pollution, not really an issue. And landfill's only 57% full, so all's well, as far as I'm concerned. That's actually an interesting map, because it shows us traffic, obviously, but it's a way to actually just look at the railway network, and you can see how it's developed. And it shows that the traffic and the rail usage isn't spread evenly across the city. Like, The Sims do use some lines more than others, but it is incredibly gritty, as you'd expect. I don't know, I just found it interesting. Right, I think air pollution's probably about as low as it's going to be, because there's not really a lot I can do to get rid of it. We got rid of the incinerator. We got rid of... Can I get rid of... We got rid of the incinerator, we got rid of the toxic waste plant. That's about as low as it's going to get, unfortunately. And it's not like we're using coal power plants either, so... Why is land value really high at the military base? That doesn't make any sense. Surely land value would be low at the military base. That is weird. Crime's still an issue. Nothing really I can do about that. Except for getting rid of legalised gambling in the casino, but then we wouldn't be making any money. Right, we have more than enough schools. Libraries are fine, apparently. Right, they still want this airport, so I'm actually going to build a small airport. It's going to be a bit of a pain to build. But I think we're going to build it here. It's only going to be small because we don't have a lot of money. I'm spending all my money on this stupid airport, and I've just realised actually we're going to be very close to power capacity. I've been offered the theme park. I've been offered so many rewards and I can't afford any of them. The only one I can almost afford is the lighthouse, and even that costs 5,000 and we can't afford it. Right, yeah, we do need a power plant. So I'm just going to go with another microwave, because I can't afford fusion. The microwave's kind of good enough, so. Still a bit. I mean, we're at 80% power limit. I think. I mean, I'm going to end the video, but I think honestly the best thing to do now is just literally wait for these loans to be paid off. So I might actually do that off screen rather than sit around waiting for loans to be paid off and like not building anything. So next time you see this video, I'll have, like, the date will be about 2090 when the loans are paid off, and I'll have a lot more money. But for now, that's the end of the video, so thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and leave a like and comment, share it everywhere, and subscribe to my channel for more of my videos, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!